This is the 40mm Grand Seiko SBGV207, and yes, it's a quartz. But far from just any quartz, the SBGV207 uses Grand Seiko's 9F quartz, and before you give this 2 thumbs down, you may want to hear me out. I do want to mention that the SBGV207 is part of Grand Seiko's Heritage Collection, so in honor of that, on my wrist today, my son lent me his 1990s vintage Grand Seiko so I could show a few comparisons. Also, for the B-roll shots, for the first time ever, I will be white gloving it, as the polish on this watch is absolutely insane. It may help you to know that Seiko released the Astron December 25th in 1969, powered by the first ever quartz movement in a wristwatch, the 35A. The 35A almost brought the mechanical watch industry close to extinction. It took about 2 decades for the mechanical watch industry to fully recover, and was just in time for Grand Seiko to release the 9F quartz in 1993. Lucky for us, the love and admiration for the engineering, the craftsmanship, it had shifted the whole industry to a place where simply being more accurate didn't mean better. So what is it that's so special about Grand Seiko's 9F quartz movement that should make even purists take a hard look and consider reconsidering the fact that quartz gives us all the yuck? How about the fact that the 9F is completely assembled by hand and requires 2 craftsmen to do so? One assembles the date indicator, which we'll talk about in a second, and the other hand assembles the rest of the movement. Or maybe it's the fact, like your favorite sports car, the 9F movement is fully capable of a tune-up. But because the movement case is sealed, Grand Seiko claims that the F9 can run 50 years without needing that tune-up, which mainly consists of new lubricant, although you will need to replace the battery every few years. The 9F has a date feature known as the instant date change mechanism, pioneered by Grand Seiko, where a skilled craftsman painstakingly sets the mechanism by hand, ensuring that the date change happens instantaneously and precisely at midnight. While this is not unique to mechanical watches, quartz typically do not possess the torque that's needed to make this happen. Quartz watches typically use smaller, lighter, and thinner hour and minute hands due to the fact that the quartz do not produce enough torque needed to move them. But Grand Seiko wanted to use the same quality hands that they use in their mechanical watches and solve this problem by using what is called a twin pulse control motor. Using the system, the second hand moves in 2 consecutive steps per second, essentially splitting the output torque required to move the larger hands. This happens so fast that it cannot be seen by the naked eye, but here it is shot at a high frame rate so it can be truly appreciated. Unlike standard quartz, the F9 movement has a temperature control feature that measures the ambient temperature 540 times a day and makes adjustment to the quartz crystal as needed to keep the watch running with an accuracy of plus or minus 10 seconds per year. And not to worry, if ever the 9F's precision gets a little off, unlike other quartz movements, Grand Seiko has added in a built-in regulation switch allowing for an easy adjustment. Add in the fact that the 9F is fully sealed off to protect the movement during battery change, and I would say that it is not a stretch to proclaim that this is not just another quartz movement. The SBGV207 is part of Grand Seiko's Heritage Collection and is a modern interpretation of the 44GS released in 1967. The 44GS is considered the crown jewel and the embodiment of Grand Seiko's very distinctive case design. Using a technique the Japanese refer to as Zaratsu polishing, a process done by hand that takes a craftsman years to learn, the case is polished to a flat, distortion-free surface with a mirror finish. After the case has finished the polishing and buffing process, it moves on to the process known as hairline finishing, a process known here in the US as a brush finish. Again, this is done by hand and is done by pressing and sliding the case along a plate covered with 400 to 800 grit sandpaper. In some cases, the sandpaper is attached to a rod and brushed on, hence where we get the term brushed finish. This is the place where the skilled craftsman is looking to achieve what Grand Seiko calls the one-shot quality, because if the hairline is cut too deep, it cannot be corrected. With all of my attention on the case and the movement, I would be doing a serious injustice if I did not mention the quality of this bracelet, as it shares the same level of polishing and brushing as the case and feels like silk on the wrist. Comes with a 3-fold clasp with a push button release, which I am a big fan of. The one gripe that I have is that the lug spacing is 19mm, and for the life of me, I just don't understand why these companies just can't stay with the standard 20mm when they're in this range. So every strap on the planet will fit. This watch has left zero doubt as to why people love Grand Seiko as a brand, and honestly, I could go on for days and days about the quality of these watches, and don't even get me started on the culture of Grand Seiko. Take one look at how Grand Seiko looks to their outside surroundings to somehow mix nature and steel to create a piece of art that somehow makes the person lucky enough to wear one feel connected to a country that they may have never even visited. That within itself is something very special, and to be completely honest, it is not something that you will find with other brands. Okay, so here we go for the 5th and final Seiko challenge. I want to do a video on watches between $1,000 and $2,000 and would like your help picking the top 10. So let me know in the comments if you had an opportunity to pick up any watch you desire between the $1,000 and $2,000 mark, what would that watch be? I just want to take a second to tell you something, and then we will get on with the giveaway. But I think it is important to let you know that I'm not one of these watch encyclopedia people like Nico Leonard and like Teddy Baltazar. I have to do a lot of research to make these videos happen. And the reason why I tell you that is I want you to know that we're learning together. Or at least I hope you're also learning as well. I have already learned about more micro brands by reading the comments in this community than I think I had learned in the previous 20 years. So I want you to know that I do read your comments. When you mention a piece that I've never heard of, I do take the time to go look it up. I just want to let you know that I'm sure a lot of the times my responses start to feel like they're kind of copycat, because I'm like, thank you for watching, but I truly mean that from the bottom of my heart. Not only thank you for watching, thank you for taking the time to comment and be a part of the community. So let's pick a winner of the 4th Seiko 5. And let's see who the winner is going to be. Great video again, just like your white dial Seatmaster 300. There it is right there, guys. That was the Easter egg. It was the Omega Speedmaster 300 that I was wearing. And congratulations, reach out to me and I will give you an email address so you can contact me. And by the way, the winner of last week has still not contacted me. I've left a comment under several of your comments to let you know that you won. So if you see it, hit me up and I'll give you my email so we can get that watch to you. Make sure to hit that like button. If you're not subscribed, please, please, please consider doing so. And watch one of these videos right here, and I'll see you on the next one.